In this upper right part of the map, we have our purple Protoss player. It is none other than Shadver from Team All Inspiration.
The bottom left. Spawning as our pink Zerg player. It is blackberries. Almost a blueberry again. AceAl. Yes, that is a blue. That is a not. Damn it. I give up.
By the way, there is one other thing I should mention that comes into this. It comes partially down to how well Shadver is going to be able to respond to weird stuff, because Ace wasn't kidding before when he says he likes to do things that are a bit against the meta. So he's not just a player of this kind of caliber. Yeah, you can't necessarily play standard against him all the time. Like, it can be pretty dangerous unless you're very good at responding to stuff.
I've seen Ace do some crazy stuff, so... Going spawning pool already at about 11 or 10. Shadver does notice.
So this is always kind of nice. Rather, let me put it this way. If you're going for a fast expand, this is not really what you want to see, because you would love to put that Nexus down now instead of the Forge. But on the other side of things, because... Ooh, nice dodge. On the other side of things, because he's thrown that down now, there is actually the possibility of a cannon rush, which is why he's trying so hard to kill that probe. See, now we'll not be able to pull that off anywhere near as easily. But you can but yeah, anytime you do have this Forge first build against the spawning pool, you can technically hide cannons a little bit easier. Or rather, it's always an option. What am I saying? Sorry, guys. I'm getting late. Getting tired.
It's okay.
It's
all right.
You can go for it a little easier if they go hatch first, technically, but you end up having to be forced through building the wall. You just get up there and you're excited to see that it's not done, because if it's done, then the whole game gets very stressful.
On the back foot, it's hard to play from behind.
Pierre was hoping for a cannon rush, cannon rush, cannon rush, but it looks like that's actually not what we're going to see. He is throwing another probe down. Of course, that's been sighted coming down there, so I don't think he's going to be able to necessarily hide that. Then again, it's 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and there hasn't been an expansion. This is an incredibly scary thing when you're a Protoss player, because you're like, oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Shenanigans.
Oh, Mineral walks straight through the... Doesn't quite get there, but he did catch sight of this building. This wonderful, wonderful Roach Warren.
They're going into... There goes two.
The thing is, I think that might be a macro hatch. I'm not certain, especially given how long he's delayed it, that he actually intends on really saturating that all that much. Tooling's moving out. Shadver's scouted this, and you can... And pretty much from here, you just build up to getting a mothership core. You may need an extra cannon. It's not, like... It doesn't change much about your build, to be blunt.
Mothership core, very handy early game. Against these, you know, bigger units like Zerglings. Stuff like Reapers. Look up there, see the full wall, and
yeah, this is pretty much what he's expecting, and it's one of those things too where, you know, noticing that Shadver's picked up on what's going on, you always have to ask yourself that question: do you go through it with it anyway, or do you back out of it? And it looks like the choice this time is going to be at least some attempt at attacking with 4 roaches and 3 lings popping out. 3 times 2, 6. I get math.
do math on stream.
I can do math on stream.
I can too. Just
I am not afraid.
Very well.
You will be.
We do have roaches on the field now. They're on the way across the map. Honestly, I don't think this is going to do too much. He does have 2 cannons, 3 cannons at the wall, and a sentry. So at most he's going to get a poke in there. See exactly what's going on.
This was exactly 7 roaches. That 3rd cannon, I think, kind of pays for itself, and the situation may be a bit dubious. But, yeah, better too much than too little when it comes to defense, I suppose.
And, drones intercept the probe. Probe not going to find out what's back there.
Man, he has shut all of that down. Ling's rushing forward to the front. Okay. So it looks like, yeah, just an attempt at a push with the Roaches here. There's nothing behind this. He needs to actually throw something down in the wall, or the Lynx could get in and become an issue. Good force field actually traps most of them out. A couple of them do get through. Should be able to get a little bit of harassment damage on the back of this. But for the most part, this is being kind of shut down. The building now holding up the gaps. The Lynx are not going to be able to get through anymore. Does lose one of the cannons. I can't tell if the second one is still there. Yes, it is. Good. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty safe to say Shadver's holding this just fine.
Yep, he did lose a few workers. A couple Lings snuck in there. He wasn't able to pay attention to them as quickly, so... But overall,
yeah, six workers.
Successful defense.
If it was a Terran attacking with a Banshee, he'd be pretty happy right now. Is this quite the same situation? Maybe not. Probably wanted to do a little more damage with that. But you can see he's throwing down 2 more hatcheries, and he's going to try and transition to kind of building up his economy a bit. See how much he's able to get away with it. We have Immortals now popping out for Shadver. So what do you think of this?
I don't know, it looks like Ace is going into full I'm going to build hatcheries, punch you in the face mode. And Shadver's going to be stuck on 2 bases. He's going to have a third up and running. He's going to have production. Honestly, unless Shadver can get in there, damage the economy, snipe off this third, I don't know.
He does have one major upside in his favor right now, and that's this attack really cut into Ace's drones. He's actually sitting at about 26 versus the 43 probes of Shadver. So that is one area he can kind of expand his lead in, is if he can get these 2 bases, just hold on to this, not take harassment damage for a while, his army will be huge, to the point where he'll be able to just run over Ace with a timing attack.
He's going to hang back on those 2 bases. He does need to make sure. Scouting eye on this. He needs what the army is, what the army consists of. Have a plan defense.
Yeah, it's going to come down to whether he can execute. I think he's got a huge opening for an attack here. We have Ace basically going as hard into economy as he can at this point. He is doing it from kind of a step back. He's getting +1/+1. He is grabbing the Spire as well. Not really augmenting his army much, only 16 Lings, and he was pushing a lot of drones out for a while. So,
Well, if Shadver doesn't figure out that Spire is on the way, it's going to be a huge problem. Oop, a Warp Prism drop here, right over the Lings.
That's always a little bit of an interesting note, though, is that you see that you're getting into the mid-game, your opponent's still only building mineral units, you're going to start to wonder where all the gas is going. Oh, and these 2 Immortals are trapped here on this side of the map. Their deaths are assured. They're going to kill probably quite a lot before they're done here. But they are dead, and this is pretty unfortunate for Shadver. Pretty much, Ace needs a bunch of things like this to keep happening for him to start crawling back into this. This is definitely the first start, though.
Immortal is extremely expensive. It was a good thought, but not coming. Lings are moving across the map now for a counterattack. Lots of sentries here.
Well, with good force fields, he can definitely just shut this down. The Lings shouldn't be able to do too much to this. Force field's now going down. Actually, after the sentries were surrounded, and they're not quite perfect, he loses about half of them. But he does kill off the entire Ling force. So he's still in it, and he's grabbing his third.
Good. Third's going to become instrumental in this game. Still hasn't quite saturated his at all, actually.
Nope. Still just basically a macro base, so you can see he's starting to build up drones again. Much the same way, Shadver is starting to build up his pro production as well. Just looking for that third, grabbing those Phoenixes, and grabbing some fleet bacon. Yes. Though not for any of the particularly fancier things that might come out with a fleet beacon, he is in fact just most likely going to grab range in the Phoenixes as a response to the Mutalisks that are now coming out.
Yep, Phoenixes are going to be great versus those. Matching numbers, they definitely love the effect.
Oh, yeah, I don't actually think he saw the Mutalisks. This is actually very good for Ace if he can kind of keep that hidden, but at the same time, let's be honest, it's double Phoenix production. He knows this is coming, so
He knows what's on the
he
way.
just doesn't know where they are, which could give Ace the chance to get some damage done. As it looks like the Phoenixes are now taking the... Nope, those are not real Phoenixes. They're hallucinations. Never mind. Sometimes they fool the casters, too.
Vita's moving in. Wiping up the internal line.
So much damage. He pretty much needs to kill all of the Mutalisks to equalize that. That's really rough, and he's going to lose more.
Phoenix is moving in, trying to get something done, but not before he loses.
Well, yeah. He killed all of them. And now he needs to probably put some counter pressure on. He's down to 32 workers against 52. The Zerg will recover from this in short order. And, yeah, he's moving forward with the Phoenixes, and this is a great way to get this done. They can do so much work around the map. You can see spore crawlers already popping up in the bases to try and blunt some of this. But the reality is there's lots of just overlords floating about that are ripe for the taking. We'll see if he actually comes in at an angle where they even matter, though. Yeah. As you can see, though, one spore crawler, nothing. Nothing to a group of Phoenixes. You lost one Phoenix for every single drone at that base. That's a pretty nice trade at the end of the day for the Protoss player.
12 workers. Link's gonna get run by the third.
It's fine. It's fine. Zealot's pretty good units.
Workers there, he can't. Or though.
It's down 39 to 41. Both players actually about even. This is, as I hoped, turning out to be a pretty good match.
Well done. Looks like players are evenly skilled here. Colossus now in play.
So this is actually kind of a very long-standing Protoss kind of set. I'm trying to think of the word. Game plan, I guess, is a good one. Hey, Infestors, not a bad idea. But you go to the Phoenixes, you do that to basically hold down the Zerg so you can get your third, and then you start going into Colossus. Meanwhile, Lings are invading the third.
More ping here. Spiking up.
Nice. Pretty nice move there to stack up most of the probes. Didn't lose too much there as a result. Holy crap, workers have died this game. Hitting Control R is very, very instructive.
Louder. 43 workers killed for 8.
So pretty much he's looking for extremely money fungals here. If he can take out all of the interceptors in one go, it's a decent shot, but there's so many force fields in this army. That is not the place he wants to fight right now. There come the force fields. Yes, fungal growth does go on the army, but there's nothing to back it up beyond that, and pretty much only does shield damage.
Reinforce with more roaches here, but 2 empty infestors.
Phoenixes are across the map. They realize that they can actually just continue to do damage. They're killing off queens. Is he going to continue to do anything else with that? This is always that awkward moment as a Protoss player where you're like, I need to macro. I don't want to leave my Phoenixes here, but now I have kind of no choice. I'm just going to hang out for a bit. There's 2 Spore Crawlers now, which is actually enough to kind of make this not as good of a trade.
Poised for defense.
But this is definitely favoring Shadver here. He's moving forward. He's going to take out the third. I don't think there's any way he can save that.
Drone furrow. There is no observer here.
Nope. So he won't at least lose any of the workers, but does stunt his production a bit, which is unfortunately probably going to be enough.
Swarm hosts.
Great idea, given the lack of detection, in fact. This will probably push him back for a while, presuming he doesn't catch the swarm host out in the open, which could still happen.
Yeah. Both armies playing Ring Around the Rosie here. Placing a pylon.
Oh, the swarm hoster, no, he does not want to lose this. It's going to force him down to 1 base economy. I mean, it's not going to take him long to figure out that there's swarm hosts here and then he needs observers. 2 of them are not going to kill his army. They're going to scare him away at best. Maybe that worked. Where the swarm hosts? Where did the swarm hosts actually go?
Dropping fungals.
Oh, he sent the swarm hosts into the third. This is actually an ingenious move. There's nothing here to deal with this. He's killed every probe in the third.
10 probes going down.
Unfortunately, though, I mean, it's still slightly better for Shadver than the other way around. He can just kind of walk over here and kill everything. There's nothing at the space to stop him from doing this anymore.
Not many Hydras to be able to take care of these Phoenixes. Free range.
This is a base race that the Protoss will win very, very, very hard. If you can even call it a base race when there's only 2 units over there. Oh, he's move commanding a little bit into the army. Not very comfortable way to do that, but he does kill all of the workers here.
25, 27. Wow, pretty much fatal damage. Whether he holds it off or not.
Yeah, I think this is going to go on for a little while, though. I mean, he still has the Swarm Host that did great work. We'll probably see him attempt to attack the Natural with those. And there's just nothing to keep the Protoss out of coming into the space, though.
Colossus push the doors down.
They're currently getting shot by Spore Crawlers, which actually can shoot them. It feels weird because you only ever see them shoot flying things, but I've lost my share of Colossus static defense. It happens.
Low battery. Not really much left here for AceAl.
He's repositioned to the front, but there's protection here, so getting as far in is going to be a little hard, and there's only... Okay. He didn't remove both Swarm Hosts, so now there's like 6 Stalkers appearing. If he's just close enough, they will be able to shoot the Swarm Host to death. Overlords are moving north to keep the supply alive. Every hatchery is dead.
Yes.
Soon be revealed.
Well, we only have three larvae on the field.
Swarm Hosts are now dead, detection is up, and I think that pretty much does it. Boom. And now there's essentially no army for the Zerg player. He just has this army of drones and this one drone which just popped out above it and is going, guys, oh, never mind, it's not safe, stay down there. Stay down.
And this cloud of overlords heading to the top left just escape. Not gonna take too long here.
There's the GG.
Very well played by Shadver, swinging back.